4, 3, 2, 1.
What?
I felt like I was on an episode of Sesame Street just now.
Basically.
Because I was counting.
Fisher
down.
Price, my first computer.
Fisher Price. Our first computer was was one of those Radio Shack like lap tablets.
Mm-hmm.
Not a laptop, but it was like a tablet called the hold on, I'll tell you what it's called. The Radio Shack.
That's too
computer.
bright. Trying to get the perfect.
The Radio
lighting.
Shack computer that we had was called the.
Fuck, I'm gonna do that.
No, it's not the Pocket.
What was it called?
It was called the computer we had was it was a TRS 80, I think, and we also had a Tandy computer too. We had the TRS, the Radio Shack TRS 80 Model 100.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a Tandy computer, which I'm going to actually show real quick.
What, Tandy Newton?
Oh, I guess I have to show. No, Tandy the computer.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Okay.
TRS 80 Model 100. All right, I hear myself.
Yeah, I do too. This is weird.
See, this is a computer right here. We used to have this. Learned how to code on this baby. I learned how to code BASIC.
Mm-hmm.
This came out in the 80s.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's old school as hell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This is dope. Yeah. My dad had one of these. I learned how to code on this. And
I remember.
Yeah, I learned how to code when I was young, really young. I was born a nerd.
Nice, man. I remember. I think they introduced us to computers.
A Tandy computer. Wait, go ahead.
They introduced us to computers like I want to say 89, 1990, or like 88. And I remember the teacher was showing us, and there was a whole bunch of few computers, and I was messing with one, and like I was obsessed with Russians, so I kept typing in the hack into Russian files. And I was like deep inside the queue. I didn't know what I was doing. And the teacher kept telling me, like, the only way you could do that, you need a phone. And I didn't know what he meant by that. I know now, but back then I didn't. I thought I was close to hacking into Russian files.
Back then, you had to strap a cell phone to the back of the computer for you to get internet. And then we had a Tandy 1000.
Yeah,
you could get both of these from Radio Shack when Radio Shack was still a thing. Fuck. Yeah, we had a Tandy 1000. I used to type. I actually used to like. It's weird because back then when I was a kid, I used to type. Like I used to write stories and stuff on this thing. And we had this computer. We had this computer for a really long time. I don't know if I doubt my folks still have it, but we had the Tandy 1000 all the way up into the 2000s.
Now you know, Ken, the Tandy gets you randy. Remember pixelated porn?
Don't ever say that again. I never looked at porn on the Tandy. We never had the internet on the Tandy.
Okay.
It was only until we moved up to a what do we have?
To a deluxe apartment.
We had a compact computer. A compact computer, and then I remember when I first discovered. Okay, first of all, the first time that I ever had seen porn was in a Walden bookstore.
Yeah.
In a Walden bookstore, I saw porn, and it was a Penthouse magazine, and it fucking changed my life forever for the worse.
Changed your life forever. You know, the first time I saw porn, train tracks, nigga. The woods. I used to when I used to explore in the woods, I used to always find like porn and just run down woods near like train tracks or whatever. And I would just constantly find it.
treasure trove
So,
of VHS tapes and dirty magazines.
oh,
Why?
yeah.
Why the fuck? Oh,
What happened?
yeah. Why the fuck do people put porn in the woods?
No, I think what it was, just a lot of homeless people used to just be in the woods and just jacking off or whatever, or doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I would always find it. You know what I'm saying? That was my first time literally being on the track finding hoes.
Are we saying that you hung out with homeless people when you were younger?
No, I like to explore in the woods, and I just found like a homeless encampment with all their dirty magazines and sticky pages, and I would take them home. I would take this contaminated literature to the crib, and I used to get like finger fungus. It's probably from that.
and that's how Mo Green got psoriasis. Oh
yeah,
my god,
or whatever the hell I got. Actually, I'm offended. My mother has psoriasis. I'm offended.
Uh oh. Did you go smack
You didn't fucking know.
Are you gonna smack me?
You didn't. No, I'm not. I'm not a stupid person that expects the entire world to be psychic and know everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, not at all.
You know what's funny? It's funny because I don't know if you've ever used the app called Clubhouse. I talk about Clubhouse a lot on this app.
Yeah, isn't it iPhone only?
No, it's unfortunately they let the Androids in, and now it's going to shit.
Your iPhone niggas always get mad when they open shit up for us.
Speaking of homeless, they let Android users on the Clubhouse.
What'd you say?
They let Android users on the Clubhouse, and this is the thing. When a friend of mine has Android and he asks me if I have a charger for Android, I swear to God, I give them the judgiest look. I'm like, I feel like that episode of the Cosby Show where Vanessa tells her parents that she's going to marry a janitor, and Claire's like, that's how I feel when people are like, yo,
you got to be prepared.
Do you have a?
I got both chargers.
Do you have?
I got both cords.
I'm like,
I got it. I got both. I have both. I'm ready. Yeah, I got both. BOF. I got both of them shits. Whatever you need, baby. I got a wireless. I got this. I can charge anything on this shit right here. I got a wireless too.
I mean, that's what's up. That's cool. I actually need to get one of those. I'm
saying my studio is dope. You trying to make fun of my setup?
I didn't make fun of your setup.
You was mad and patient when we were setting up, though. Damn.
Oh yeah, I was.
You gonna be the worst when you get money. Oh my god, you a diva already. When you start getting real money, nigga,
it was taking too long. Anyway,
you gonna be like Will Smith smacking niggas.
Yeah, I'm gonna be an asshole when I get money.
Hilarious.
Asshole. Reverb. So I was on Clubhouse. Mm-hmm. And they were talking about. I said I didn't want to talk about this, but they were talking about the slapping.
No, go ahead.
But the conversation was about jokes, right?
Yeah.
And it was frustrating because, first of all, people want to get rid of stand-up. People want to get rid of stand-up the way it is, and they want all jokes to be nice and all that stuff, right? And they brought me on stage. There was almost 1,000 people in this room, and they brought me on stage to represent the comedians. And I started talking, and they're like, well, as a comedian, how do you feel about what happened, et cetera, et cetera? And I ended up saying, I said, well, I take the side of the jokes. You know, like anything that exists in the universe, you should be able to tell a joke about. Right. And the first thing one of the moderators in the room asked me was, he said, Keenan, would you tell a Holocaust joke?
Right.
And I was like, dude, have you heard comedy?
Yeah.
You know, at all?
Exactly.
Like, the first people to create modern stand-up comedy as it was is Russian Jews that were escaping genocide in Russia and Holocaust survivors.
Yeah.
Like, do you know who Mel Brooks is? Have you seen a Looney Tunes cartoon from the 1930s?
Exactly.
Do you have you seen? You know, have you? It's like as soon as the dude was like, as soon as he said that, I was like, why are you even talking to me? Because it's obvious.
Right.
It's obvious that you don't even understand the concept of comedy, and now you're trying to control what comedy is.
Were these people comics?
You know, and no, it was people. It was people that were just like, we need to. They were like, we need to set a precedent and hold comedians accountable, and we need to stop comedians from saying things and blah blah blah. And I said, well, first of all, you're acting like comedians are good people.
Mm-hmm.
You're acting like that. We give a fuck about what you think.
Like we're some people try to treat comics like we're priests and politicians, you know?
Yeah, and literally they're like, well, how do we hold comedians accountable? And it's like, bitch, don't laugh at the joke.
Yeah.
That's the only barometer. There is no committee. When it comes to doing comedy within its art form, there is no committee to tell us what's funny and what's not funny.
Right.
And so the only thing is it's a microphone and it's the audience. And if the audience doesn't laugh enough times, then we get rid of the joke.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it works. There's no United Nations task force that's like, oh, we're here to make sure your jokes aren't mean. Like that's just not a thing. And people, I think it's asinine for people to have that high amount of expectation or that amount of pressure on comedians. Because at the same time, while jokes and comedy is subjective, so is being offended.
Yeah.
It's subjective.
Exactly.
Because everyone has their own little reasons for not liking something.
Don't mind me, I'm sharing this on Facebook, but I'm listening. Yeah, no, exactly, yo. It's like, what exactly do they want? They just don't want no humor. Like, if you take away like comedy from award shows, you know how boring that is? And the next up for the Grammy, coming to the stage, Lil Nas X. He's great. Thank you. I'm gay. Peace. And that's it.
Well, first of all, Lil Nas X is hilarious.
He's funny. He swear he a bad bitch.
Huh?
He swear he a bad bitch.
No, Lil Nas X, this is why I think Lil Nas X is hilarious. Because he's like the biggest troll. I actually have to follow him after this.
Hell yeah.
He made a tweet after the Oscars, not the Oscars, but the Grammys, where he said, what the fuck did he say? Hold on, let me find it real quick. He said, can't believe I lost all my Grammys. I am now no longer gay.
Yeah, but he already did that bit 6 months ago. You can't say I'm not gay no more.
It is hilarious.
And then say you gay, then you say I'm not gay no more again. Like, nah, nigga, you gay.
It is so funny.
And what kind of threat? Like, okay, so that's his punishment to us. He doesn't get a Grammy, so he's no longer homosexual.
No, I don't think. Like, I don't think that's the point of the joke. I think
I get the point. I get the point. I'm being silly. I'm making a joke now.
Yeah, I think the reason his comedy works is because he hinges on the absurdity that is society now. Yeah. Because remember when he did it the first time, people were offended. They were like, "Oh my God, you're using the LGBT to get ahead, and how dare you? This is not a joke, and this is blah 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 blah." And it's like,
yeah,
it's just.
Yo, real quick, we're discussing Paula Patton's chicken. I'm just typing this out.
No, just Just follow the thing I sent you.
No. I'm sharing it, so I just want to give it a title. Fuck it. I'm gonna just leave it at Paula Pat Chicken. That's actually a funny title. Yeah, man. All right, be good.
You really fuck up the reveals on this podcast.
What are you talking about? You could edit that out. You could totally edit that.
Don't give me more work tonight. See,
more work. I'll be doing work too, though.
This is why I think people like our podcast so much, because we literally just be yelling at each other about stuff.
We arguing to fucking hootie ass goatee. I only want to be with you.
Hootie ass goatee. You got your goatee looks like it's
Yo.
Your goatee looks like it's a lace front.
Yeah, my goatee look like it's suffering from the plagues of Egypt, famine.
Your goatee look like the bangs that chicks be having when they get new wigs.
Yeah. My goatee look like a fat man's booty hair. It's mad thin there. I can't do nothing about it. Why can't my body be like my goatee hair? Thin.
Yeah, your goatee looks like if you get wet, you'll just have a clean shaven face because it'll.
I'm about to do.
Your chin.
I think I'm about to go back to the John B. I'm gonna just make it real low, real tight. But then you're gonna see my turkey neck. You know?
Oh yeah, you don't want people to see.
Like from the side, like this shit's hanging.
You need to do some squats with your neck to get rid of that.
Yeah,
extra skin.
like these.
You need to do some neck squats.
Yeah.
So, hey everyone, welcome to the
What up?
Light Skin Perspective podcast.
LSP.
16 minutes into this episode. If you guys are watching us on YouTube, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our channel.
That's right.
My name is Keenan Floyd. You can follow me on social media at Keenan J. Floyd. You can also follow our podcast on Instagram at LSPcast when it comes back up. Did I mention what happened to the LSP?
I'm about to say, do we have access
on the podcast? So I opened the podcast. I opened the fucking page today, and all of a sudden it came up and asked me what my birthday was. And I was like, well, first of all, this is a podcast birthday. So is it the birthday of the podcast or is it my birthday? Because this question's kind of dumb considering what page it is, right? So I tried to just get past it because I'm like, I don't have time for this. I need to like post a fucking story or whatever, right? And then it blocked me because I had not proven that I was older than 13. So the page has been blocked. I appealed it. But what's weird about appealing it is that I have to send in my fucking driver's license to a tech company for them to verify my identity, which I think is literally the worst thing.
Yeah. Because you locked in now. They know you.
It's literally the worst thing. And I don't know. It really annoys me. It really annoys me when these companies that shouldn't have any business.
It just sucks that we keep getting messed with because they did the same thing with my Facebook a few weeks ago, and it's like we at the bottom. Like my TikTok got blocked, not this one, but the one before when I was at about 800. You know what I'm saying? Like some people getting away with murder, and I just keep getting picked on by the most minor things. I know I proved that I was shadow banned on a couple of things, and it's like my YouTube only got 400. My TikTok got about like 6 or 7. IG 22, Facebook is easy because it's been for so long. But it's like I'm being suppressed. Like I can't even I'm not allowed to blow up, yo. It's crazy. And I barely curse anymore. I never type curse on Facebook or spell it out. Like I try to do all the right things. And then what they do now is sometimes you'll get retroactively blocked from shit you did 7 years ago. So if you ever type, because I used to always talk about the N-word. So literally I kept getting blocked for that. So I did a word search with my name and literally went and deleted 40 posts of using the N-word. But from years ago, How we get retroactively punished, man? Like that's crazy, yo. You know. But other people, they can show people getting decapitated, and they got 1 million views and sponsorship. It's not fair.
Oh yeah, of course. That's the way it's done.
Yeah.
That's the way it's done, my friend.
But we got to play the game and just be tactful as we can, and just careful with the things that we type out. What you type out gets picked visually with like what you see, unless it's like nudity or some shit. So, you know, we just got to be careful how we type, like, you know, the title, type the titles out, shit.
And there's plenty of nudity on Twitter, just in case.
Oh my god! Like Twitter was about to like stop the nudity, but I think they just saw the monetary benefit and just leaving that shit. Fuck yeah, Twitter, that's a wild west.
You know,
yo, you one porn star, your timeline about to be flooded with just nasty shit. All it takes is one. Matter of fact,
your whole shit is filled with. Your whole shit is filled with ratchet vagina lips, and you can't open your Twitter in public. Like I'll be at
she'd be open for like shit.
I'll be at Disneyland standing in line for it's a small world. And I'm like, let me check my Twitter because this line is long. I open my thing and it's pussy lips.
And then like it'd be like families like standing around you. You know how people be nosy, they be looking at shit. So you're like, oh shit! My daughter's next to me, and you're looking at these pussy lips.
It's me standing by myself in line with a bunch of Mexican families trying to check my Twitter.
And you looking at porn and shit. That's the worst.
The thing I hate about going to amusement parks by myself as an adult is that you'll be standing in line and you forget that like kids go to these places and be standing there and kids be like pushing you and be bumping into you in line and shit, and you're looking at them like they're little adults. You're like, excuse me.
Yo, one time I was in Pennsylvania, Dorney Park. You ever been there? I was at Dorney, and I was just dolo. This is back in like 2016. And it was like these group of Mexican kids. It was like 2 or 3 of them. They had to be between the like ages of 11 and 13. They felt so bad about me just being by myself. They just hung out with me and got on a couple rides with me. He said, you by yourself? Fucking Hank, come with us. Let's get into us. I was like, all right.
Yeah,
it was cool though.
I was at Six Flags, which is north of LA. And the thing about Six Flags is it's one of the bigger parks as far as roller coasters are concerned in Southern California because it has like 16, 17, or 18 roller coasters. But it's also kind of like a backyard park too, in the sense that a lot of kids get out of school and they'll just like walk over to Six Flags because it's there, right?
Yeah.
So I wrote this one ride called the X2. Dude, this ride is where it spins while it's moving. So you're in these chairs and you're hanging off the side of the track, right? And then when it goes down the ride, it actually spins while the roller coaster is in motion, right? So I met this high school kid. I met this high school kid on the ride. We were both sitting in the front row. And afterwards we were talking. And we were bonding. We were talking. He's like, yeah, man, this is a cool place to come. You know, that's a cool roller coaster over there. If you ever get on that roller coaster, you know, if it comes apart, you might die. But, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, this is the fun part. But then it got to a point after we talked for like 15 minutes, I think we both realized that I was some like old dude by myself and he was a high school student. Because it got to that point where we were just like, it was like awkwardly silent. And then we just parted ways, and then that was it. I never saw him again.
Well, fuck him.
I never saw him again. So
what about the build on, man? What's going on?
Stand-up comedy.
Yeah, man. That shit is crazy.
People want to get rid of stand-up comedy. And it's people that don't know what they're talking about. And that's, I mean, to be honest with you, we live in a time and place now. I think the reason that people want to get rid of things and think that they can get rid of things is because since the social media era has come up, like everything is centered around us, you know? Like we do things for likes and we get instant gratification. So when we see something that we don't like, then all of a sudden people are like, oh no, we need to just get rid of it. We just need to, everything. We just need to stop.
Yeah, it's
everything.
It's not turn the channel. It's not don't tune in. It's take it off, period. And it's like, why should I not enjoy the light skin perspective, right? Because this person over here doesn't like the light skin perspective. Like, that's crazy. You just don't tune in. It's that simple, man, you know?
Well, I mean, what's strange about it is, and it's not just that too, because people really think that they are helping. Like, for example, did you hear about that kid that got killed in Florida on that drop tower ride?
Say it again.
See, you're not even paying attention.
No, it broke up. It broke up.
Did you hear about that kid that got killed on the drop tower ride?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
So there was a thread on Twitter about that, and it was interesting. I mean, it was you know, it was very tragic, right?
Yeah.
And
they didn't like close the bar all the way or something?
Well, what happened was the kid was 300 pounds.
Oh,
and yeah. I think that the weight limit on the ride was like 267 or something like that.
Yeah.
And so he was turned away from two different rides because he was too big, but then he got on the one ride. And what ended up happening was it was like 400, 500 feet tall. And it ended up falling. He ended up falling out the ride when it came to a stop. Because what happens is when it drops, it hits a brake before it comes to the bottom, so it doesn't come all the way down, right? So it hit the brake, it stopped, and the force kind of like made him fall out the seat, right? And it's very, very tragic. Like, I think it's very tragic and stuff.
Is that on video or no?
Yeah, it's on video. It's on video, but I don't.
I'm gonna see it for myself. I'm not gonna put it on here.
It's horrible, but people on Twitter are basically like, we just need to get rid of amusement parks.
Damn, for one accident?
You know what I mean? They're just like, we just need to get rid of amusement park. We need to tear all these rides down. And
that's crazy, man.
I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
I get what you're trying to say. However, that's not how we solve problems.
Oh, it was the ride that it wasn't a roller coaster. It's this thing that goes up and down. Okay.
No, it's a drop tower.
Drop tower. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I thought it was a roller coaster for some stranger. Oh, so when it came down and it stopped, the force of it made him damn. Yeah. They're not going. I'm seeing this on like some Today news station. They're not going to show it on that. They're not going to show that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a video that's out there, but
I gotta find something on like Pinterest or Reddit. Yeah, I had that shit.
All right, so real quick, this just came in. Jada Pinkett Smith wishes Will didn't get physical with Chris Rock at the Oscars. The couple are in agreement he overreacted. Listen to this.
Go
ahead. An insider alleged that Pinkett Smith isn't mad at him, but doesn't need protecting.
So she just insulted him again?
So all these people that are like,
what?
See,
yo, how does that make?
So
Go ahead,
she said, Jada Pinkett Smith. This is from the Daily Mail.
Okay.
The Daily Mail. It says there's a source that says they allege that Pinkett Smith said she is not a wallflower, nor one of these women that needs protecting. He didn't need to do what he did.
What?
This is so strange.
I mean,
for all the people that were caping for Will, like, yeah, this is how you protect your woman. Like, nobody wants to admit that, like, Jada is, like, just annoying. Like, people don't like Jada because she's annoying. That's it. Like, she's very,
like, the better way she could have said that. She could have been like, I appreciate him protecting me, but my man did go a little too far. But she's like, he went too far,
like,
and I don't need no protector. Damn, so he just like a dick.
So, and another article says Will Smith faces more humiliation as Jada Pinkett Smith's ex-lover August Alsina references entanglement affair in new song and is set to write tell-all book about their sex life.
Yo, if they got a sex tape, that should be dope, and I think they probably do.
I mean, I would watch the sex tape.
Well, I would research.
I would definitely watch the sex tape.
Yo, she's enough of a narcissist that I wouldn't be surprised if she has a vault of her pegging Will. Nah, she got something though. Yep.
This just in, folks. I said I didn't want to talk about it, but it popped up on my news.
Hey, it's fresh off the press though. This just in. I like this aspect. I like that you do this. I like when like stuff hits the desk and we catch it live. I kind of like that because it gets like a real reaction. That's kind of dope.
This is weird.
Yeah, that's crazy. So
anyway,
so like you said, anybody that was like, yeah, he's defending her. She doesn't even approve of the defense, and then she doesn't even approve of Will's actions. But somebody, I think, you know what I think it is? Because she's getting villainized so much. Like if you watch Corey Holcomb and other comics, I think Earthquake, they all say she's evil. And then she do got like an evil vibe too. So by her separating herself, that makes Will look like that was his choice and decision and not her. And it makes Will the complete villain, and it kind of like absolves her from what he did, even though we all knew he did it because of the look that she gave him. And she didn't try to stop him. She said, Will, what you doing? Stop me, Bob. What are you doing? And on top of that, when Chris Rock was like, Will Smith slapped the shit out of me. Would you see her? You know what I'm saying? So she was complicit with the laugh. But now, what? Literally over a week later, whatever.
I don't really.
No, we ain't gonna harp on that. That just happened. No, we're not gonna harp on it. It just happened though.
I'm just saying it is what it is at this point. And
man.
But let's get into the more important issues. The more important issues more important issues that we talk about here on the Light Skin Perspective podcast.
We need cheeks on a regular. No, we need cheeks on a regular basis. That's the important issue. Cheeks.
I mean, sure, but people are not available. People are not available to give up cheeks.
That's what I'm saying. Unless we gotta like buy BBW prostitutes.
Everyone has to work, and I don't know why. I don't know why you think that's funny, but
what? BBW prostitutes? What? BBW prostitutes? That's not funny?
Mo Green wants to go to the Dominican Republic and get Dominican prostitutes.
Oh yeah. I haven't bought a prostitute in like 15 years, huh?
Okay.
Jack Daniels days. Jack Daniels? I ain't care, man. I'm cool with the streets. I'm looking for it. If she look too attractive, she a cop. If she too old, she got AIDS. So I need somebody in it that's like not too old, not too young, not too cute, not too pretty. 1 or 2 teeth missing. She got to have like 1 or 2 missing.
In the back or in the front?
Like on the side. Front? Nah, I can't. Nah, that's crazy.
So she can whistle out the side.
But she's smiling and like one, I was like, okay, yeah, you just started using crack. Okay, like she got to just start using it. Like if most of her teeth is missing, huh?
What if she has a gold crown?
We can rock with that. I can rock with that. She's stylish. You know what I'm saying? She look classy. But if she got too many teeth missing, the AIDS is full blown. If she got like one or two, she just started like 2 weeks ago, and like the AIDS probably has not fully matured. So we can rock with that. The AIDS.
This episode's going to be called Mo Green is for the streets. That's what we're going to call it.
Literally.
But that's not.
Nah, well, let's get serious. I just fucking around.
Yeah, let's get serious and talk about.
Because I'm obviously the comedy relief in this team. Y'all serious as shit.
Okay. All right, let's talk about the pressing issues.
Let's do it.
Nasty ass chicken.
Yeah, I watched it really quick. Are you gonna play the video or not?
We're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch it now. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, let's watch this motherfucker. Because I kind of briefly watched it. I was like, "What the?"
You better buckle up. We're gonna watch all 5 minutes of this bullshit.
All right, let's watch this shit.
Fried chicken day. Organic chicken. Fried chicken day. Organic chicken.
I feel like she's too rich to use the 365 brand.
Many. Fried chicken. And the ingredients.
I mean, she sounds like a white woman cooking
oil.
fried chicken.
Yeah.
Our seasoning.
Didn't she used to be married to Robin Thicke?
Organic pepper. Organic paprika.
Organic paprika.
For later. There's hot sauce. You know it.
Oh, yeah. I know what hot sauce is.
Really important, of course. One of the most important things if you're going to cook.
She's fine as hell, yo.
You got to clean it first. I've already cleaned some. But I got organic chicken. I'm sorry, chicken. We're going to eat you today. But I'm going to make my mom's famous fried chicken.
You know she's fine,
well,
right?
Clean it with
her
some cold water.
white, so I don't know.
And we'll get to frying it.
She said famous fried chicken recipe. I mean, maybe
so now we put the organic flour into a Ziploc bag. And you start our batches.
Who look better,
so
her or Tandy Newton?
Not too much so it coats it.
Who's Tandy
Newton? And you start to
Tandao, whatever her name is. Light skinned chick.
Okay, because you got to coat that chicken.
I don't talk about.
Let me look
and that is step 2. So we now have 138 chicken wings.
Paul Patton.
About
Paul
Patton. 16 pounds.
She's younger too.
So we're gonna have a moment to bless these chickens. Thank you for your life. I'm sorry we had to take it. You're so yummy.
Why has she apologized to the chickens?
Okay, so that is the end. I got all of them in here.
Oh, shit, that
this is
didn't work.
for Julian's school. And we're going to put a lot of love into these chickens. Next is
she's acting like these chickens are a
avocado oil in the pan.
This is like a ritual.
So we got to get a good amount.
Avocado oil in the pan?
Right? You don't want...
I mean, I guess.
Okay.
You don't want to soak them in the fried chicken. I fry them.
I mean, this is like
half in the oil, and then I flip them and I put the other half of the drumette in. So you'll see. We are about to enter step 3.
You can tell this bitch don't cook that much.
Okay, so a little cooking tip. This is how I know that the grease is hot enough and ready for the chicken. That takes a little bit of the powder, like this, or the powder, the flour. And go like that. Not ready. You see that? It's not doing the bubble. So we got to wait a little longer. I'll be back. So I think it's going to be ready now. Let's see. Look it. Come look. It's doing what we need it to do.
I don't know who's holding the camera.
Boom. Nice and little fry. Okay, let's go. All right. So let's start with our first bag. And we're going to put these in here.
All right.
Yeah. Ooh, that's how you know it's good. That's how you know it's good. We're good now. Okay.
That's doing what it's supposed to do.
Yo, niggas don't fry chicken in avocado oil.
Just wait.
First of all,
I think we're on this step 3.
We fry it in
no, this is step 4.
Juice.
We're on step 4.
Fry the shit in lard.
The next process, step 5, is the seasoning. So it's just 3 ingredients.
This bitch all healthy and shit, skinny and shit.
Chicken. My mother's recipe, I have to. So it's Lawry's seasoning salt, very important.
Shout out to Tiffany Haddish.
Pepper, organic pepper, paprika.
Who the hell seasons it in the oil? I've never seen that before.
No big deal. We just do the best we can. All right. So I put.
You're supposed to season the breading so it cooks in the breading. So basically, what is that?
This is not how you make fried chicken.
No,
this is not how you make fried chicken.
Because it's like all that seasoning is just on the surface. So when you bite into it, like on the meat, there's no seasoning there.
All right. We'll make to the next step now.
Like she's cooking it in
that's a good color. Because I'll probably flip it again. Because I want this side to get all of the spices that the other side got, right?
Like you're supposed to put in a bowl. And you're supposed to let it like soak in seasoning.
Yeah.
So now
the inside of that shit is whack.
Okay, so these chickens are ready to go. Look at, they look pretty. They're brown. They got a little crispiness on it. And now, okay, I should have shown you. Put down some paper towels to soak up the grease.
She's pretty though. I like her.
Right.
Is this cooking video for like 7-year-olds?
That look good. That is perfect. And so then that becomes the chicken that I get to eat and taste. So this is gonna be pretty hot, but
Get the fuck out of here.
Very good.
That bullshit.
Very good. And so that's Friday.
Can we see some of the comments?
No, I guess. Okay. So,
let's see some comments.
So Polly Patton, you just can't cook. Okay,
I'm a Southern white girl who grew up eating bland ass food, and even I know you season your chicken before you fry it. Bless her heart. I feel this the worst because she's so happy to share a mile world famous flavorless fried chicken. When she started to season chicken in the pan, I lost it. We all know you season with both of your chicken and flour lightly. Over at OLG, we use mustard to marinate first. Paula needs to come hang out, a real cookout with us. We'll teach her. She should have let her daddy teach her how to chicken.
Yeah,
Paula.
I think she goes to too many barbecues.
He said, just bring plates and cups to the cookout.
She just brings cups and plates to the
cookout. Yeah. Upbringing before I saw her seasoning technique. She looked so pleased. Poor baby. Somebody's auntie.
Poor baby. Someone's auntie.
I'll let you read it.
Oh, so we're reading at the same time? That's what we're doing?
Yeah, my bad. No, go ahead. Let's alternate. Let's alternate. You read one, I read one.
She looks so pleased. Go ahead, Bo. Go ahead and read the
Hold up. She said, are we going to act like we don't see how burnt some of it is?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with crispy chicken. I mean, burnt, that's
fine. Nigga. But what, crispy chicken with no flavor?
I mean, it has to have some flavor, though.
Somebody, she grew up eating this way, so I understand it tastes great to her and her family. But Paula, no, this isn't how it's done, sweetie. You could tell she only date white dudes. No black man is going to accept that. Like, what?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Wives have gotten killed for less.
I don't know. Paula Pattinson's pretty. Paula Pattinson's, I don't know. She's pretty cute. I mean,
She's fine to me.
I would date her, but we would be.
Yeah, because you in Hollywood,
going out to eat all the time.
You be seeing all these fine ladies. That's why.
I know how to make chicken.
No, you said Paula Patton. You was like, she cute. Because you in Hollywood, surrounded by the top 1%.
Yeah, but she's probably.
You know what it is? We talked about it a few pods ago.
Look at her.
Huh? No, you know what it is?
Boring. Look at the way that she fries chicken.
I know, but you could, as a high value man, you could change that. Yo, I don't mean to sidetrack real quick for a second, but the whole stuff that all these millionaire celebrities is dealing with, struggles with their wives like Kanye and Will Smith and blah blah blah. That high value shit is thrown the fuck out the window, man. Like having all that money and all that influence does not mean you're gonna have a decent woman. It does not mean that at all. Okay.
If we need to, we need to stop living our lives based on hashtags and just live our
Facts.
lives.
Facts.
Because what happens is because what's happening is that people, they're getting their judgment messed up, and they think they're like, oh, I need a high value this, or I need
Kevin
a
Samuel said
this, or I need a, and then everybody ends up just by themselves.
Yeah.
So,
but anyway, back to Paula. Yeah, bless her heart. Bless her heart.
Yeah, bless her heart.
I mean, but say you in Hollywood, you might meet Paula Patton, and it may be something about your bald head and your pot belly and your hootie fucking goatee that she loves. So you dating her for a couple weeks, and then she's like,
yeah. And I'll say, she'll be like, baby, I'll have you over for some dinner, and I'm like, no.
Oh yeah, here you go. He's like,
we can go out. We can go out and get some. We can go out and get something to eat. You know,
she's like, no, baby, no. I want to take this to the next level. I want to cook you my famous chick.
My mom was.
You know what you say at that point? You say you were vegan.
My mom was famous fried chicken. No,
did you say you were vegan?
I'll be like, nah. I'm fine.
Yo, did you see the video of the fake vegan chicken with the faux bones? They usually use this fake ass bone. They wrap it with like some type of tofu paste, and then they roll it up in flour and seasoning, and they fry it. And it's like, if you're why are you going to do all that? Just eat the damn chicken for real. You're going to go through all that trouble just to have some nasty bullshit that simulates chicken? Come on, man.
So I was reading about Paula Patton on Wikipedia right now, and she met Robin Thicke when they were 14, and they were dancing at a hip hop club. And according to Robin Thicke, he sang Stevie Wonder's "Jungle Fever" to her as they danced, which is such a that's such an LA thing. Like that's. He's like,
and that worked.
I'm gonna sing Jungle Fever to this black woman while I'm dancing with him.
He's like, baby.
And then I'm gonna get the panties.
You know what's wild? That's how fucked up white people's perception is of black folks. Cause like she's like almost the same color as Robin Thicke. So why would he sing that song to her? Like white people just think whether you dark skin or you light skin, we all the same damn color. They didn't understand the concept of shit.
He's like, yo. He's like, yo, I'm about to go walk across here and ask this black girl out.
Like what?
The
fuck is you talking about? Yeah.
And check this. I'm gonna sing Jungle Fever. So that
he whispers, I'm gonna sing business. Jungle Fever. Jungle Fever. They got jungle fever. They got jungle fever. And then she just bent it over and hit it from the back.
That's exactly how it happened. And then they got married in 2005, and now they're divorced.
I used to be jealous of their marriage, yo, because I always like red bone chicks, and like she was very attractive to me. And I'm like, yo, but I always see this like a bad red bone with like a white dude. And a lot of red bones don't like guys like us. They don't like light-skinned guys. You know that for a fact. I'm willing to bet you probably have more Latina women than light-skinned black women. I can almost guarantee it. Yeah,
oh yeah,
I really
haven't. I've gone on a date with light-skinned women.
See, you even have one.
Haven't really been.
Yeah, has a light-skinned chick ever said to you, "Oh, I can't fuck with you. You too light-skinned"? That's happened.
I mean, not to me.
Quite.
I've heard. You see, but you see, that's weird. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to like dating and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to like black people dating, and I can only speak on this. I can only speak on this from a black perspective because I don't really know how other races are when it comes to dating each other. Except, from the out, except for like physical attributes. So actually, when it comes to like color, it seems that we're very critical of who we see as partners.
Right.
And it's weird because now Black Americans, we're so integrated into society that we think we need to be involved in other people's cultures and communities for us to come up, if that makes sense, right? And like what's going on right now? Let me see. Someone else is. Oh, what's going on?
That was me.
Now, okay. What's going on now is that there's actually like movements happening. Like there's a lot of, like there's a lot more Black women who are professionals who are graduating with PhDs and doctorates, and they're making 6-figure jobs before we are, right?
Yeah.
And what happens is that we eventually might get to a 6-figure job or whatever, but it takes us a little longer than others because there's like programs and stuff like that. So what's ended up happening is that a lot of Black women don't feel that, not all, but a lot of Black women that are past a certain tax bracket feel like there's no one on their level. And then there's that criticism of Black men. It's like, we don't step up, we don't graduate from high school, we don't et cetera, X, Y, and Z. And then you get to a point where there's some people, Black men and women, who hate being Black so much that it's almost like they just want to forget about as much as they can, right? And again, going back to Clubhouse, I discovered this on Clubhouse because I didn't know it was a thing. But there's a lot of men and there's a lot of women that divest from the Black community.
Yeah.
And what's weird about it is that they think we're so desperate for power and we're so desperate of an upper class life that we're like, fuck Black people, fuck Black women, fuck Black men. Y'all don't speak Spanish. Y'all don't have passports. How dare you talk about me and this and that? You're not even on my level. This and that. I hope you get shot by the police and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and there's like so much hate that they have for themselves that they're just taking out on everybody. And then they're like, and they'll actually be like, white people have the power and white people are better because, white women are more submissive. White men have money. White, So it's this thing where it's just like people are angry. And it's preventing us from just being happy because I think we keep comparing. We live in such a white supremacist society that we can't get away from that feeling. And what has happened that we're not talking about is since the Obama administration, there's been a widening gap between upper class Black people and lower class Black people. And that's where the infighting comes in. Because the thing about like what happened with the Obama administration is that it was a blanket win for everybody. You know what I mean? So when Obama got into office, every Black person was like, "Oh my God, a Black man's in the office, right?" But what ended up happening, in my opinion, was that more and more Black people start thinking that they were better than other Black people. You know what I mean? Like the Huxtable, the Cosby complex, I call it, right? The reason people didn't fuck with Bill Cosby was because Bill Cosby came across like he thought he was better.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby did the pound cake speech where he was like, yo, pull your pants up. Why are you stealing?
Yep.
It's your fault you got shot. He went after other comedians. He went after other comedians that weren't too
pull up
and
the
said,
pants.
Yeah, it's like you shouldn't be doing comedy. You shouldn't be saying this in comedy, right? And people saw that and they were like, well, this is absolutely horrible that he's talking about black people.
Yeah.
But what's funny is that there's more people like that in the community. So what happened when Obama was in office, people looked at Obama and Michelle and they're like, oh, this is like the you know, people, this is like the zenith of black excellence.
Yep.
And that's when the hashtags started coming out. Hashtag black excellence. Hashtag Black Lives Matter. Hashtag Black Girl Magic. Hashtag all that stuff, right? There was more attention pointed to the Divine Nine fraternities and sororities, right? But I feel that ever since those hashtags started coming out, culturally, I think we've regressed. Because we're fighting amongst each other now more than I think we ever have before. And what's happening is we're allowing the media to basically influence what we think of each other. We're not allowing ourselves to come to our own conclusions. So a lot of times when it comes to like interracial dating and stuff like that, a lot of times it's not it's not because of love. It's because I deserve to do better in my life.
Yeah.
And that's the issue, because inadvertently you're putting down black people because you're on this quote unquote search for love. And I knew this was going to happen. There's an article that actually came out in the New York Post, which basically said that most black men ain't shit. It's actually called.
They've been saying that for the last 50 years.
The opinion piece is. Yeah, the opinion piece is why more black women should consider marrying white men. And it came out on April Fool's Day. It came out on the 1st of April, but it wasn't a joke. And the dude that wrote it, he's a black man with a black wife and all that stuff. But it's interesting how he uses examples of like Ketanji Brown Jackson, right? Who's about to become a Supreme Court justice. Her husband's white. You know, Kamala Harris. Her husband's, you know, she's the vice president. Her husband's white, right? And it says in the article, it says, you know, this fact is significant because the effects of racism have left well-educated black women with a paucity of black male partners. But then it's like, but we're talking about racism, but then we're also talking about the reason why black women aren't going after black dudes. Like it doesn't seem like the article doesn't seem fair. But
right.
It says, according to Brookings Institute data, black men are less likely than black women to have completed high school and 50% less likely to have attained a 4-year college degree. Yet, despite the shortage of suitable black partners, black women have always been the least likely of any minority group to marry outside of their race, according to data from the Pew Research Center. But why is that, though?
Why do you think?
Well, it goes on to say, rather than partner with men of other races, many heterosexual black women either don't marry or marry black men with whom they are not especially well matched. And these mismatched relationships contribute to African Americans having the highest divorce rate of any racial group. In fact, black women are the only demographic to have a higher divorce rate than marriage rate. So my question is this. Whose fault is it? Are we pointing the fingers at anybody? Or is this just a reality? You know what I mean? Because is it black men's fault that black women aren't getting married? Is it systemic racism? I say no. Because, like, for example, when you think about it, again, I have a theory about media. Most the indoctrination starts early. The indoctrination starts with really starts with right. I'll just be frank. We need more strong black male leaders in our community. And I think there's an issue every time that a black man tries to stand up, he gets pushed back by the community for certain reasons. I mean, unfortunately, the way it works is that there's some type of toxicity in establishing a leadership or establishing a precedent on how people should be treated, right?
Right.
For example, a lot of us look at other communities as being racist, right?
Yep.
But the truth of the matter is that most communities have not integrated fully into society. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So when black people integrated, we are really the only group that 100% like integrated into society. Meaning that in our neighborhoods, people of other races live in our neighborhoods. People of other races run businesses in our neighborhoods. You know what I mean? People not of our community actually make money off of our art. People outside of us adapt our customs. They adapt our looks. They adapt our way of speaking, and they make money off of it, right? And we don't really have anything to circumvent or prevent that. Like, for example, the NAACP is basically ran by white people, right? So no other group does that. Like, for example, there is a Koreatown, there is a Chinatown, and you might be able to live in the neighborhoods, but who's your landlords going to be?
Yeah.
Your landlords are going to be people from that neighborhood that you have to pay money to. In our neighborhoods, the landlord is someone that doesn't live in the neighborhood.
Yeah, right.
From another community. Right. If you go to New York, Hasidic Jews have their own neighborhoods, their own schools, their own fire department, police force. They own their buildings. They have their own synagogues, and temples, like actually in
hospitals, all that, yeah.
Hospitals. Yep. They have that community, right? They even when it comes to rich people, rich people, they keep people out based on how much money they make, right?
Right.
So they're able to get the security. They're able to get the hospitals. They're able to get the healthcare. They're able to get, the tax breaks and all that stuff in their neighborhoods. We're the only community that we are shamed into wanting to be separate from everyone else. We're the only community that we say, you know what? I don't want hipsters like in my neighborhood. Oh, you're being racist. Yep. You of all people should know that we all have to come together because we're all Americans or whatever. But then we end up losing our neighborhoods, right? So that's it. So I. With that being said, the result is that there's not really a standard that we have to follow, right? Even in black churches, there's not really like a standard for black men to follow per se in the church, right? And the churches are more geared towards women. That's why a lot of pastors are able to, they get emotional in their sermons because it's all about manipulating the emotion.
Of course.
And a lot of times what happens is our emotions are manipulated rather than actually giving us tangibles. And that's why a lot of politicians, when they come out, they're like, I eat hot sauce too and fried chicken. Or here's me dancing with the marching band. Or here's me we're gonna have Beyonce sing at the next debate or whatever.
Nah, this is us with kente cloth.
Yeah, or we're gonna walk around and fucking
taking a knee.
Because it's
all taking a knee.
Huh?
While taking a knee.
What'd you say?
I said while
taking a knee,
yeah.
And then you have all these white people walk around going Wakanda forever and all that bullshit. Because they know they're not going to do anything. They know they're not going to do anything. They passed so many laws to protect so many minorities in the last 2 years. But what did we get? We got Juneteenth as a holiday that white people get the benefit from as well. And we just finally got a lynching bill passed. And I'm sure that includes more people than black people. So now we go back to the article, and now it's basically saying, all right, black women don't have suitable partners that are as successful as them. But whose fault is that?
Yeah.
Now, I do think that black men, we need to do better. I think we need to be more ambitious. I think we need to be mentors. I think that we need more. I think that we need more black men standing up to actually like help young black men to become better, because now it's getting to a point where there's this frustration where people are seeing Ketanji, and people are seeing Kamala Harris, and people are seeing the girl from Queen and Slim, Jodie Turner-Smith, and George Lucas's wife. And they're saying, oh my God, these people, these women, they're rich. They're finally getting what they deserve. You know, their men treats them so well and all that stuff. That's what we deserve, right? So now it's like, and I don't blame them. But the question is, it's like, what do we do? What do we do to make it better? Because to be honest with you, I've been in a lot of rooms on Clubhouse, and there's a lot of these divestors, they have had it up to here with black men. They're in love with white police officers. So, what do we do?
That shit's sad, man.
What do we do?
It seemed like you frozen.
Mo Green?
He was like,
no, I'm not frozen.
You said, what do we do?
Yes.
Don't deal with bras like that. That's all. Investor. All you can do is try to be as successful as you possibly can be. Not all these wayside like that, you know, and just focus on the ones that align with your thinking.
Just saying.
Huh? Yeah. I didn't say that. I'm just saying.
And oh, go ahead.
No, that's all I'm saying. Is like all you could do is work on your own personal success, and if any black sister is on that BS, just don't even acknowledge her. Don't give no energy. Like even if you're in those spaces, in those what's it called, Clubhouse or whatever, and you see the conversation going away. All right, you have a good night, guys, because you're not gonna convince them. It's a circle jerk. They just want to make each other feel good over bullshit.
They want to make each other feel good by being sad.
No.
Truth of the matter is that more black people are getting married. When we do get married, more black people are getting married, and there's actually more households that have fathers in them, and there's a new generation of black people that are growing up to be great. So, guys, just men out there, be smart, be intentional, mean what you say, say what you mean. Speaking of which, so it just came out as well in the New York Post that Black Lives Matter used $6 million of their donations to buy a house in Southern California.
How much? How much they use?
$6 million.
$6 million?
Hold on, Mike. Yeah, $6 million. Hold on, my computer is being weird. Just in case you lose me.
How much did they generate? You know?
I don't know. Let's find out. Let's read the article right now.
Gotta find out.
Let's read the article right now, my friend. So Black Lives Matter has used donations to buy $6 million Southern California home. I don't know. What annoys me about this is the detractors of Black Lives Matter, because I really like the message of Black Lives Matter, the movement.
Yeah.
The organization, has always been a little shiesty since the beginning. And especially a few years ago when the one lady, Patrice Colors, he was kind of caught buying a bunch of houses in Beverly Hills. But I don't want this to necessarily detract from like the message itself. I mean, we do still need justice, but it just seems like the wrong time. And the question is that the people that started the organization, the question that a lot of people are having is that, well, what was your motivation in the first place for even starting it?
Yeah. It's like a money grab.
Like, I don't know about you, but if you've never had $1 million in your life at your disposal, what would what would you do?
If I had $1 million, well, first thing, I take care of all my debt.
If you
period.
What'd you say?
I take care of all my debt, and then I would invest in a high budget comedy show. If I got $1 million, I could produce a show for like 50,000, almost $100,000, and still be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I'll pay for advertisements. I'll probably do it like 6 months out. I would try to flip some of that. I would invest some of it. I definitely travel somewhere I never went. But the first thing is get rid of the debt. The second thing is produce a show that can almost immediately or within a few months flip some of that money. The whole thing is about flipping it. That's what I would do. Oh,
where would you travel?
I'll get liposuction, a butt reduction, and veneers. That's true.
Oh yeah, every rich person, every rich black person that gets money gets veneers immediately. I should get some too. So I just walk around like this all the time. It's hold on. I want to stop sharing because it's like slowing it down. So I'm just going to read it. But yeah, I mean, I guess I get it somewhat, because it's one of those things where it's like, all right, I haven't really gotten this money before. Now this is my first time I can actually own a home, because unfortunately our generation, we're not able to own homes at this point because we're all broke. Hey, your camera froze, Mo. I don't know if you're still there or whether you're about to go away. Are you still there? Man, we need to do better with production because Mo Green is frozen and I have no idea to see. See, it happens every episode. It happens every fucking episode. Every fucking episode, Mo Green. He can't even hear me. He can't even hear me on the live. Every fucking episode. Every fucking episode. Mo Green leaves. And then he comes back. So look, I get it. I get when you don't have money and you get money. I get the temptation. But what ended up happening here is, I guess it was bought through an LLC, but not necessarily the Black Lives Matter LLC. It was bought through another LLC, I guess. And this is what happened. It says 3 leaders of the social justice movement, Black Lives Matter, Patrisse Cullors, Alicia Garza, and Melina Abdullah, recorded a video last June outside the secretly bought home while marking the first anniversary of George Floyd's murder. The New York Magazine
good.
reported. Hey, hold on. I'm reading the article. Yeah, okay, you're fine.
I switched cameras. There's something about this camera.
God,
I just switched camera.
God, you.
No, we good.
To your whack camera. Colors at the time said she was
Wi-Fi. Stop getting mad when my Wi-Fi messes up. That's nothing to do with me. Stop being a bitch. That's nothing to do with me. Jesus Christ.
What are you talking about?
You always get mad if my camera acts up. That's not me. That's not my fault.
I'm talking about your camera. This camera is not as good as the other one.
This is the good one. This is a good one.
Yeah.
The other one, I can't switch cameras unless we totally stop and shut it down.
Don't fucking call me bitch on here just because your Wi-Fi sucks. Anyway,
I didn't call you a bitch. I said stop being a bitch. It's not my fault. I'm not
Wi-Fi.
messing with the Wi-Fi. I'm not doing nothing.
Anyway, eat your nuts and listen to me read this. Colors at the time said she was weeks removed from being in survival mode after the Post exclusive reporting in April revealed her purchase of 4 high-end U.S. homes for $3.2 million. Well, first of all, I don't really like the New York Post because I think they're kind of racist and they also do hit pieces. So she bought a home for $3.2 million. Then she says it's because we're powerful because we are winning. Color said of what she characterized as right-wing media attacks. It's because we are threatening the establishment. We're threatening white supremacy. I mean, okay, I guess. But my question is, did any of that money actually go into these neighborhoods? Or did they send any black kids to college? I mean,
my only argument
that's cool. I mean, go ahead.
My only thing is, like folks, whenever we have some type of leader or somebody we prop up, we always want that person to like lead but be poor. If they work in a 9 to 5, working 60 hours a week or whatever, how are they going to have time for the cause? So we, as the people, fund them so they can do the work on the street. But then we get mad if they buy a place to live. They got to live somewhere. They got to drive. They got to fly to where they need to be. So it's like, what they going to do? We donate the money to them and then they donate the money to a charity. We could donate direct to a charity. We don't need you got to treat them like Jesus. We got to donate to them so they donate to God. Like, nah, So I think a lot of times we be pocket watching too much, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think the reason why some people feel a certain type of way is because Black Lives Matter is supposed to be that charity. You know what I mean? Like it's supposed to be. Yeah. It's supposed to be that. Okay, well, this is to make black people's lives better. Now,
right?
Don't get me wrong. if we're talking about the lives of these 3 women and they're able to have like houses and shit, I mean, I guess that's not against what they said they were going to do because their lives are better. I think the reason that some people feel a certain type of way is because there's death involved. You know what I mean? There's death involved, and there's people that are like, "Yo, you're like using my like son's death as like a way to like get rich." You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But billionaires are always getting rich off of people's death. Like, there's people jerking off right now to the Ukraine-Russian war.
Of course.
Like, there's oil people that are like, yeah, we're about to...
People always profit.
Like $1 trillion.
People always.
Yeah. I said, huh? I said that the black...
Oh, no. I looked up the Jada Pinkett article. Still tripping off of that fresh off the press. That's crazy, that man. Yeah. Go ahead.
I said that Black Lives Matter is using the donations like how some of y'all use PPP loans. You're supposed to use PPP loans for your business, but then people ended up using them to buy boats and houses, and then they got arrested.
Grills and booty implants.
You're breaking up.
He's like, hey, look at my grill, nigga.
And getting BPO.
And she show her ass cheeks the same way. I would not simulate that though.
With fucking phone, with their money to their ear. So I don't know. I mean, it's weird because now it's like, you know, people are trying to get us to answer for them. And I don't know. I mean, who knows what they're going to use the house for? We don't know. I mean, they could be flipping houses. They could be doing real estate to help. I mean, I haven't seen any articles about what they're doing exactly. I'm just saying that, you know, people, they feel a certain type of way when they get these donations, and, you know, there really hasn't been that much change, I guess. And again, the question is, what are people really expecting? What type of change are they expecting? Because keep in mind too that even the Obamas, after they finished their presidency, they went and founded a production company. And then, you know, like Tarana Burke left Me Too and got a first look deal with CBS Television. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things where it's like, I mean, I don't think people should be poor per se, but then at the same time, I think there is a responsibility that they have to the cause. You know, like, what's the next step? Like, if you're going to do the marches and make the speeches, what's the execution of what has been presented? And I think that's the reason why some people are kind of like, oh, it's interesting. We haven't gotten the execution yet, but you guys have houses that are really expensive. So, I mean, you know, it's just one of those, I get why people are looking at them side-eyed.
How do they find out so fast how the money was spent, though? How you know what I mean? Public records?
People got eyeballs in their pockets.
Wow.
I mean, there's
usually when there's like real estate and big purchases, that's like public record. It is public record.
And once because you know people are out trying to take them down. And the first thing they see is, oh shit, these people are using the money to get houses instead of actually like helping black people. Savage Nation said, I have a dream. They changed I have a dream to I have a scheme. I don't know. It's
I have a scheme.
I
have a scheme. I have a scheme that one day blind, dumb black people are going to give me $50 million, and I'm going to take that money. I'm going to get gold fronts, a booty lift, private jet, and $6 million house, and I will give $500 to the local charity and keep the rest for myself. Free at last, thank God Almighty. She got a big old ass.
I do think that Martin Luther King deserved a big house in the Pacific Palisades, but that's just me.
Yo, you remember when he was on the Boondocks? He said, "Will you niggas please keep it down?"
That was a great episode.
I wonder who did his voice. Who did that voice of Dr. King? Probably D. Ray Davis.
I don't know. But Mo, do you have any like shows or anything coming up this week?
Coming up next Saturday, actually. I'll be at the Elbow Room, and it's going to be headlined by Daryl Roseman from Springfield, Mass. And the link to that particular show is 413-860-show.eventbrite.com, because the theme is people from Mass are invading Connecticut. 413 is invading Connecticut. So the headliner and the feature are from Mass. So that's and every Monday I have Mo's Monday open mic at Village Pizza in Bloomfield, Connecticut. That's on Eventbrite as well. MoMonday.eventbrite.com. And that's weekly. So that's pretty much it. You know what I mean?
And your socials?
Socials are on all platforms. It's a comedian Mo Green. Comedian Mo Green. Mo Green. You've been doing comedy for a very long time, but you're still not famous. You're not on tour. Your ass. You need to quit comedy. Become a manager at McDonald's. Get a fat white wife. I'm sorry, a jolly white wife. And live your life to the best of your abilities. God bless you, and God bless America.
Yeah. I don't got any shows really coming up. I might be in Seattle, Washington at Nate Jackson's Super Funny Comedy Club. On April 14th through 17th, Tampa Improv, April 20 something.
Are you going to be in Tampa?
Yeah, 22nd through 24th. And then I'll be at
Who you opening for?
Improv, the 29th to May 1st, or the 28th to May 1st. Opening for Godfrey. And and you can follow me on social media at Keenan J. Floyd, Twitter and Instagram. And make sure you guys follow our podcast, IG LSP Cast. Anything else you want to say before we close out, Mo? Mo's fucking thing froze again. See, this is that bullshit. This is that bullshit I'm talking about. That's bullshit. But hey guys, thank you so much for joining us for this episode of The Light Skinned Perspective. You guys take care. Have a good night.